All right, so before you ever put your car in reverse or drive, make sure you do this. Get your car started up and start giving your brake some taps. You may feel it will be like a big sponge, and you want to tap it until you gain that pressure back. Because if you throw it in reverse or you put it in drive, you may not have your brakes already established, and you might have an accident. So make sure before you ever go, get in your car, start her up, make sure we get compression, and then give it a drive. So, little tip.
Hey guys, these are the tools that I used for this job. First off, I used a 13/16 to get the lug nuts off. I used a C-clamp so you can squeeze that piston for your caliper. Torque wrench if you want to get it in spec. Ratchet. 14mm socket. Flathead or two. Flashlight if you can't really see. Got me some rubber gloves to keep all the dirty off of me. Paper towels are always nice. Of course, your brake pads, and then some brake lubricant. I also used a slim open-end wrench. Now, this was kind of funny. I used a 17mm on the front, but on this one, for some reason, a 9/16 fit. I don't know if that's a rust issue or what that is, but this is what fit for the back brakes, and you'll see that in the video. So let's get started. All right, so I'm just going to loosen up my lug nuts before I jack it all the way up. So using my 13/16, and you can use a breaker bar, whatever. I'm just using this today. All right, once we got everything loose, then I'll go ahead and jack it up. And that's amazing. That one actually popped right off. Sometimes it doesn't pop off and you have to give it a good swift kick, maybe turn it, kick it, turn it, kick it, just kind of hitting on the outside. But that one actually popped off really easy, so that's good. So one of the things I'll do is, if you don't have a jack stand or anything, you can always take your tire, slide it underneath your car just for a little extra safety, a little extra support. So we're just going to be replacing the brake pads on this. We're not touching the rotor or anything. So you have two bolts back here, this bracket, and that is going to be your 14mm. And you can pop this off, and if this doesn't pry off, you can always slide a flathead screwdriver in here. You might have to kind of pry the piston back a little bit to kind of compress it, and then it should be able to pop off just like that. So here's our brake pads. Just going to take a flathead, kind of help me out a little bit with this. Oop, pop right out. So there's that one. This one I think was replaced kind of recently, and none of the other ones. I have no idea why, but there you go. And that's it. Now we put in the new pads. Here are the old pads compared to the new. They have been worn. Not as bad as some of the other ones that I've already removed though. So what you'll see is they do have a little brake pad indicator. Whenever these go really low, this will start rubbing against your rotor and will indicate that you need a new pad. So these don't automatically have them, but these pads actually came with them, so we're just going to put these on. So the way you're going to do it is you want this to be facing your rotor. Just like that. So that one's going to be on the inside. And just to make sure you don't mess up, put them like that. And now you know this one has to be facing this direction. Just like that. Next thing, take a little bit of brake lubricant here. I like to spread it on the spots that's going to be kind of moving in and out, right? So and some people also do kind of put this on the piston area. Some people don't. It's up to you. Pop that in. Okay, get them in. Now for the caliper, we have this piston that we need to press back. Now some people will bleed the system a little bit. They'll crack this and then allow it to bleed out as they compress. I'm not going to do that. I've never had any issues with doing it the way I do it, but totally up to you. So the way I'm going to compress it, and you can get a tool for compression of brakes, but I'm just going to use the old brake pad. Take a C-clamp. And then we're just going to squeeze that piston back. Of course, you always want to see if that rubber piece is bad or not. If you need to replace that, or if you need to replace that caliper, this looks okay to me. So I'm going to start to put it on. Now sometimes you'll see these won't allow you to put this back on. So you just gotta kind of press them back in. and they will kind of pop in like that. And there you go. Slide your bolts back in. All right, for some reason, this wrench is fitting this back one. Now, if you do the front, it's a 17 millimeter, and you'll see that this is a slim wrench. And the ones on the front are actually 17 millimeter. I've tried a couple ones, but for some reason, a 9/16 is fitting on this bolt easiest for me. So I'm going to use a 9/16 on this, but double check yours. It might be around a 13. The 13 kind of slid on it, so but a little bit tighter, so I'm going to use this one. Otherwise, we're going to use our 14 millimeter, put it on our torque wrench, and we're going to torque it down to 25 foot-pounds. And the same with the bottom. And that bolt didn't move for me, so I didn't even bother putting the wrench on this one. So, and that's it. So let's put our tire back on. All right, so I got all the lug nuts just kind of hand tight on, but I'm going to lower this down because you can see I can't really tighten it without the tire spinning. So we'll lower it down just enough to put enough weight on it so I can tighten them more. Then as I tighten them, we'll go in a star pattern. So you'll see me go maybe from here, 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 here to here. And then you'll see me repeat a star pattern. Then I'll drop all the weight onto the tire, and then I'll go ahead and double check it for tightness.
All right, so before you ever put your car in reverse or drive, make sure you do this. Get your car started up and start giving your brake some taps. You may feel it will be like a big sponge, and you want to tap it until you gain that pressure back. Because if you throw it in reverse or you put it in drive, you may not have your brakes already established, and you might have an accident. So make sure before you ever go, get in your car, start her up, make sure we get compression, and then give it a drive. So, little tip.
Hey guys, that's it for the video. And do me a favor, if you see something I may have missed, or maybe a tip that might help somebody else do this job easier or better, leave it in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next one.